My great-granddad came from England on a stowaway on a ship and ported around the Galveston area in Texas, and then came up the trail and later homesteaded. We've been here about 140 years. It was born and bred in me. That's all I ever wanted to do, was ride the horse, cowboy, be as good a hand as I could be, and never had any desire to do anything else. I had two great instructors, my dad and my granddad. Started riding when I was 3 years old. First trail drive I went on, I was 4. My mom thought I was too young. We had a kind of a cowboy house we put on the back of a 2-ton truck. Well, I went to open the door and the wind caught the door, jerked me out on the steps, busted my lip and knocked a tooth out. Well, needless to say, my mother wasn't real proud of my father, so I had to stay home for a couple more years.
Well, I think he was born to be a cowboy. From the time he's been a little boy, he was groomed to be an excellent cowboy. And there's just nothing that I haven't seen him do with a horse, or competing, or training, that he hasn't just excelled in. In a business deal, Craig's always gives everybody the benefit of the doubt. He's made deals over the years with a handshake. He's just, he's just very honest type person, down to earth.
He's actually a lot more sensitive and has a lot bigger heart than most people realize that haven't been around him very much, but just extremely respectful and loyal. But he's also a real generous person. He's got friends that he will just randomly order a pair of handmade spurs for, and it'll just show up in the mail. Or I think he's reserved enough that a lot of people don't know about that.
I would say, as far as somebody said, if it was Craig Haythorn, he's going to do what he told you, and he's a cowboy. Your word's your word, handshake's handshake. I mean, he always used to say, just try and be an all-around good guy. Well, he still does. He always wanted you to do your best, no matter what you were doing. And he always wanted you to try and have the best horse you could.
Most people probably think he's just a cowboy and raises horses. His brain is filled with AQHA genetics and lineage. And if there's anything standing around here, he can tell you their mother, father, grandparents, and probably a couple more generations back on both sides. I mean, he can run a skid steer, he can build fence as good as anybody I know. He welds, built all the corrals and all the steel structures around here from the 70s on until Sage and I started. But I think the other part is people have a real appreciation for generations that can hold on to the same business, and he's done that.
But just the fact that he's kept all this together, 6 generations now, that's all we know. but the love for it and love to keep it in the family as long as we can, I guess we just keep going, I guess.
Been blessed all my life. You know, a lot of families, how many kids they ever have, they don't come back to ranch life anymore. Very fortunate to have both of them come home. You know, my boys are very capable. I think they will carry on, and looks like the grandson and even the granddaughters are very interested. I hope it's still going 100 years from now.
He's a humble man, and he's a godly man, and a fair man. I think that's hard to find in this day and age.
I just think that almost everybody that knows him at all has a lot of respect for him. I think because he's got honesty and integrity, and he's respectful. Men, women, children, it doesn't matter. Just being a decent human being.
I mean, that's always been his #1 thing, was being a cowboy. He doesn't wear tennis shoes, I can tell you that.